Undead Unluck is the most consistent manga in Shonen Jump right now. Holy shit, the series feels near unstoppable. Speaking of which, UMA Beast is successfully bodied by the unit by our heroes Fuko, Top, and Haruka, or Unluck, Unstoppable, and Unbreakable. But also aiding them are the past users of their respective negation abilities. What a fucking revelation. That's not only cool as shit, but also makes sense in the context of the world. See, Fuko explains that God did not choose negators randomly, but rather the previous user chooses who to bestow the ability to. This reminds me a lot of My Hero Academia. I mean, we haven't seen this concept come to complete fruition, as in we only seen the silhouettes of Fuko's predecessors and the known users of Unbreakable, but I predict that it will be something close to the vestiges in One for All, like the past generations helping our heroes learn more about their powers. Plus, it could also help flesh out some of the characters, like how the story did with Haruka. Undead Unluck does a phenomenal job in creatively exploring even the simplest of concepts. There are just so many layers in this story, hell, even in this fucking singular chapter. You know what? Let's take a second to list off some of the things in this chapter alone. We get to see identities of Death and Luck. We learn that Soul has absolute confidence in their abilities. We probably make some dumb powerful. Juice's first method is the baddest motherfucker. Language is coming to assassinate Ichigo. Oh, and language doesn't exist anymore in the entire world for the time being. One chapter, but the content speaks for itself for the sheer density of them. This series is just so consistently amazing. It's flabbergasting. I forgot to mention this, but I also like how Soul actually takes the negator serious. You know, in a lot of stories, the villains underestimate the characters, which always leads them to their downfall. But in here, the villain of Soul is actually taking precaution and valuing and respecting their power, which is, you know, a nice, cool detail. I really cannot wait for the battles against the Master Rules, specifically the ones that have a negator matchup. I have no doubt that Fuko, Gina, and Andy's fights against their corresponding rule is going to be the peak of this series. Speaking of fights, I think the fight against Beast in general was amazing and probably the best in the 101st loop. The soul revelations, the teamwork between the three, and Beast himself, who I think is cool as shit, all makes for such a sick fight. However, I will note that it's just the fight itself that's the best. I still think the best mini arc in the loop is easily, well, I won't say easily, but it's my personal favorite would be the tournament, because Fang reminds me a bit of the way Oki is handled in Kingdom. If you know, you know. Luna is beyond fascinating to me, both in terms of her character and place in the story. She's just so damn ambiguous. I think it's reasonably safe to assume Sun is just an evil maniac who enjoys tormenting humans, but Luna? Her true goals, like Soul says, are still unknown. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I really do think her ulterior motives are not aligned with our heroes, despite her being on their sides, quote unquote. Why did you grant people potential is a fire-ass line, and also interesting. Obviously, she did in order to win the game she's in with Sun, but there's more to that, and I want to know, but any other discussion would just be conjecture since we don't have a lot of info. And yeah, I just wanted to discuss some of the recent things in the recent chapters of the series, and also just to kind of dick suck it a little bit. I think it's a phenomenal manga. I genuinely think this is one of the best manga out right now, and I want to show some love. Also, let me know your thoughts about all this shit, as well as if the anime is worth watching, because I still haven't touched it. If y'all wanted, I'll watch it and give you my thoughts, because I don't know, it just looks like the exact same as the manga, and I really don't know if the animation and the OST and seeing this shit on the big screen is really worth going through. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Peace.